Welcome back to Curbside Details Podcast. What podcast is this, Marco?
This is number 14.
14. Jeepers.
Yeah.
Jeepers creepers.
Jeepers, mister. That's a
14, eh?
Next time you do that, we should just be like, yeah, get it. Hype them up.
Don't ever do that again.
I wasn't a fan of that either.
I liked it.
I'm never gonna. Oh whoop! Yeah. It's not happening.
What's the topic today, Marco? We can talk about rain. We could talk about weather. Do you like weather?
Wonderful weather we're having.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about how it's been at the shop lately.
Let me tell you a little bit about this weather real quick. So, it's a cyclone bomb, right? Remember I was texting you? Did you see it?
Yeah.
So, I was doing research and I was like, there's rain predicted like all month. It's going to be wild.
Which is
All
rare.
month.
There is a atmospheric river currently causing a bunch of storms. And they call it a cyclone bomb. Is that the word? Cyclone?
Cyclone bomb.
And that is like hurricanes,
It sounds like
but for the winter.
sounds like a shitty pre-workout.
Yeah.
What is
But
it called?
I didn't know that
Cyclone
hurricanes
wave?
are only in the summer. Hurricanes are a summer thing.
Yeah. Because the
And-
heat.
Yeah, then the cyclone bomb is a winter thing. So we're pretty much having hurricanes in the winter right now.
Yeah. There's some
That's what's
cool ass
happening.
videos, dude. If there's
Yeah.
like a golf course in Monterey, and it is completely like buried,
Yeah.
like buried by
There's
the
so many
ocean.
cities that are flooded right now.
It's
kind
crazy.
of wild, yeah.
Is there a cord underneath my foot?
Yeah, so we're expected to have a lot of
a
rain,
quarter?
which kind of sucks.
Oh, there's a cord underneath your foot, yeah. Sorry, Rob.
Um,
Yeah, there is expected to be a lot of rain, I guess. I mean, I just heard it right now from you guys. So.
A ton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be, which is crazy because this is like the most rain we've had in California in fucking 10 years, probably.
Yeah.
Feels like
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, the atmospheric river is called a Pineapple Express. And it's just causing a lot of like,
When you cough, it makes you makes you more high.
yeah. Anyways, yeah. It's going to be pretty bad this
I
next
thought
couple
hurricane
months.
season was over.
These are terrible.
It's my favorite movie, dude. I used to watch that movie like every day when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. It was like the only
Freaking
movie
pothead,
I had
dude.
on DVD. I just watch it every day.
So, work is going to be tough.
Work will be tough.
I kind of feel bad for all the detailers, the small detailers out there.
Yeah.
And then I was reading things about Amazon laying off like 10,000 people.
Yeah,
It's going to get ugly this next few months.
I think so.
Yeah. This like makeup company or whatever, my girlfriend and a mutual friend of ours were talking about it. They like are completely shutting down a bunch of storefronts. And one of my friends like, why would they do that? And it's like, well, 'cause it's expensive as fuck, really,
Yeah.
to have a storefront when you can just ship everything online.
Yeah, people are buying everything online anyway. Which is kind of a bummer. I like going to the store and buying
I like
things
going
still.
to the store too. It's like a process too.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like if I want something, I'm looking on Amazon and I just get annoyed.
What do you mean?
Whenever I'm like searching for something to buy online, I'm like, ugh, I just want to be able to hold it in my hand right now.
I
Yeah.
used to be like that. And then I got tired of everything that comes with being in a store. And that is just people.
See, I enjoy that part.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
want people waiting in line at the cash register, dealing with the dumb cashier. I don't know. I can't deal with it.
I find ways to entertain myself when I'm waiting in line.
Yeah.
I say so much dumb shit.
I don't sound like a crazy person and talk
No,
to
no.
myself in line like you. That sounds kind of weird.
Well, I usually go with somebody, but I will talk to myself in line actually. Fuck.
Marco's just behind you in line, like, he's all smiling.
Yeah.
This guy's nuts.
I know.
That's why he doesn't like going to the store because he's people like you.
Yeah. Just being stupid.
No, I just
Uh-huh.
I still like going to the store. It's a bummer that some stores aren't existing anymore. Like
Yeah.
like there's no skate shops or snowboard stores here in the valley anymore, and those were like the coolest just to go and hang out.
Yeah.
And be able to see snowboard stuff is fun.
Very true.
There's nothing like that.
I
Like
think
now you have to order online, and dude, if you order a pair of pants, like sometimes it's like this is a large, and then you get there and it's like, or they get to your house and it's like, dude, that's a triple XL. This thing's huge.
yeah, I think the only way a business would thrive with a brick and mortar these days if they do like a fusion. You know,
Yeah,
like imagine there was a bar at a skateboard shop.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that would be legit.
You
And
know,
there's a lot of people doing that. Like, dude, I was thinking of like, there's this bar in I think Florida that Tiger Woods owns, and it's literally just a bar. It's like Top Golf, but with just putting. It's like miniature golf, Top Golf. So there's just bar, food,
yeah,
and then you can just go putt putt. It looks so fun. I'm like, that looks legit.
yeah, that's like, I think the only way.
Yeah.
You gotta have that secondary income.
Yeah. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
bar, skate shop, snowboard shop would be sick. Now that I'm thinking about it, that'd be so fun.
It's patented, guys. Don't even think about it.
Yeah, that's mine, dude. That would be so fun.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, like, let's say 80% is from the bar, and then the other 20% is just selling equipment.
Just-
Because how often are you selling a fucking snowboard or skateboard?
yeah, not very often.
You know?
Yeah.
But it just be like a plus. Be a bar first and skate shop second.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which I
that'd be
think would be
legit.
pretty cool.
Except kids can't come.
I mean, you could. You have a little playground in
Yeah.
the corner.
Mm.
You have a little
You
restaurant.
can, you
in
can have
there.
anything.
Yeah. you could. I know. You're right.
Anything's
You
possible.
just got ID people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they're like 5 years old, I don't really have to ID them.
No, you gotta ID everyone, dude.
Everybody.
At least 10 doesn't have an ID.
What about Benjamin Button, dude?
Give me that school ID right there,
It's
bud.
good to go. Then he's a child. He can't order drinks. Yeah. I wish I had more money. I could do cool shit. I don't understand how rich people don't do cool shit. Remember we were talking about that like years ago?
Yeah, I would do cool shit. I always wanted a house, a 2-story house, and I was like, man, one day I'm gonna be rich. Okay, I want a 2-story house, and to get to the second floor, like in my living room, I want it like to have rock wall, like the little things, so you could climb to the second floor, and then I
Yeah.
wanted a slide, like next to the stairs. So like, yeah, you could do like a slide down, like, oh, dude, let's go downstairs get some breakfast. Squaw, slide down your. Dude,
I don't.
Wait, how old were you when you had that idea?
It would still be cool
last
now.
year, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Like,
How cool?
this is
I didn't know there was
last
the
year.
age limit for slides.
Yeah, and then like like my kids would be so stoked. They'd be like, "Dude, we
Nah.
got a slide in our house. We got a rock
You
wall."
technically got a playground in your house, so you don't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah, like
Super
climbing
fun.
one story up a rock wall is not hard.
Yeah.
You know, and it'd be fun.
I do want a barn house
You
though.
gotta do it.
Dude, those
every
barn
time.
dominions, I look at them all the
I
time.
want them.
I literally watch the
I
time
talk to
lapses.
Jared about it every time.
Yeah.
Every time I like give him a ride home, we just talk about that.
Yeah, they're so sick.
Yeah. That would be cool, man.
Yeah,
Rich
those are tight.
Rich people. See, that's just like the thing about like wealthy people.
See, those
Is
are the
that-
wealthy people that I think are doing it right.
It's just like I don't know. They just only focus on making more money, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just like, man, you kind of just give up like some of the enjoyments in life. But at the same time, like there's like okay, so all these tech companies, all these tech CEOs, all these tech people in general making those millions of dollars. Was there this one guy sold his company and now he's just like retired at 35 type deal? He's like probably like the only person ever to really do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody else is like, oh, I still gotta work. I'm only making $40 million a year. Gotta keep going.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's kind of crazy, but I mean, there's a reason there's only a fine number of these type of people.
Yeah.
Society kind of needs those types of people.
That just push no matter what.
Exactly. Can you imagine just 50% of these billionaires just, all right, it's time to play.
Yeah, I'd do the Bezos way and be like, I'm out. Like, I don't even want to be CEO anymore. I'm done. I'm gonna go just buy a yacht, try and get to space.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he still does shit. Like he has like 5 other companies. Kind of like Elon Musk.
Yeah, but he's just like, I feel like he's imploring the right people to take care of everything for him. He's still like just jetting around on this giant yacht he just built.
Yeah, what a life to live.
I would be out way sooner.
Yeah, that's
Like-
true.
Like if I had 10 million and I lived in Clovis, I would be just chilling. I'd be like, all right, cool. This is my bank account.
See,
I'm
that's
sitting down, relaxing.
I remember I was like doing my personal development. And if you guys don't know Jim Rohn, I would highly recommend him. He's like my greatest mentor. But he always said, the people that say that I will stop the moment I make it are the reason those people don't make it.
Yeah,
And I was like, damn it, I hate that. Because there's like, I already have like a limit, like, okay, I'm good here.
yeah,
And it's like, because there is no infinite mindset there's no reason for you to push that hard to get to that level,
Yeah.
which is like, damn, there's just such a reality to that. So if you want to get to a certain point, you have to just be like, all right, there's no end to it. You just keep persevering, and then when if there is an end, it's up to like you. But if you create that ahead of time,
You're gonna quit a lot sooner than you would have if you
yeah,
didn't have that
exactly,
limitation set on yourself.
exactly. That's the same. I feel like it's almost the same thing as like lifting almost. I don't know. It's like, all right, so like I'm gonna do 10 reps, and you go like, oh man, 10's really hard. And then you ever spot it? Go, oh, one more, and you're like, oh shit, I could do one more.
Yeah.
And then like, oh no, one more, and like, oh okay, I guess I'll do one more.
Yeah.
Same thing with success. Is like, if you really cause that limit, you're just gonna be like, all right, I'm good here,
Yeah.
you know. But if you have that infinite mindset, like you can keep pushing. There's like no limit type deal. And so that's what's really hard. Like for me, sometimes it's like, man, I just kind of tired of all this. But at the same time, it's like I think that's what hinders me, is because I already like hit my max, and there's no such thing when it comes to success.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this the other day too. Yesterday, I was just like driving. If you guys know already, I don't really drive with music. I just
Mm.
dwell in my own head and brain
Yeah.
and think. And I was just like, why is success so different? This was last night, right after I left the shop. Like I was like a block away from my house, and I was just like, success is like, I don't know, cooking, right? If you were to say, hey, I'm a cook, it could be almost anything. You cook almost anything, any type of cook. You know what I mean? You can, and there's baking. And it's like, for me, depending who you are, for me, my success is almost kind of like the way I cook and eat. I just find whatever I can, just throw it together, and just make the best out of it, right? And there are people who are like bakers. It has to be a certain amount of this,
Yeah.
exact amount of this and that, and they'll make it, you know? And I feel like a lot of people confuse that in life of success. It's like, success can be anything. For me, it was like, I was just trying a bunch of different shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, let's do detailing. And then I was just doing everything. There was no fine ingredient, no fine amount of time, of effort I should be putting into anything. I was just trying like winging it, and it worked out. But if you want to be a lawyer, you better fucking go to school and ace, that bar exam.
Yeah.
There's so many different things in success, and like I think people kind of overlook that, and they stress themselves out by overthinking it. It's like, oh, I have to do it like this guy, and I was like, this guy's a doctor, and he went to school for 10 years, made millions of dollars, and invested in real estate. That's his wealth.
Yeah.
But you can't do that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's not your journey, not your
Yeah,
path.
exactly. And some
Yeah.
people go straight to real estate, and they're just winging it, and they've lost thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands, but sooner or later they make it. And so, I think it's just pretty interesting how people look at success when it's supposed to be meant different things for different people.
Yeah. Yeah, no one's the same. So everyone's definition, everyone's understanding of success, and like you were saying earlier, like the limitations are all different as well.
Mm-hmm.
That whether we set on ourselves or they're set on by, external factors, kind of taking control.
Yeah. Yeah. Running a business is hard. Fuck. It is so hard. For a long time, it was easy for me. Like, super easy. I remember I should be like, oh, this is, like, boring.
Yeah.
This is why I got the shop. Like, when we were just working on my garage, I was bored.
Yeah,
We were really, like, I was doing teppanyaki mobile. Like, that was just, like, fun.
yeah.
Because I was so bored of this. Then the shop came along, and all this other things came about with it. And now it's just like, oh, this is a business.
Would you
Like-
recommend a shop to detailers coming up?
Not this big a shop. I got a 2,200 square foot shop. I would get a single bay shop,
Would you keep your team as big or smaller, or what would you do? Because, like, we were watching that detail groove the other guy, and obviously he's got just kind of like
He's
a
like 3 or 4 guys.
one base shop, and he's only got 3 guys, I think, that work for him, or that I've
Mm.
seen in his videos.
See, so I have this trouble with ambition. So it's just like how do I put it? So have you ever seen Founder
Yeah,
by McDonald's?
Is that a documentary?
No, it's a movie.
it's just a
No.
movie.
Movie. And I take a lot of like things from that movie,
Yeah,
where the guy was just like, cuz he fucked up McDonald's at the beginning, you know? he just couldn't manage it, things like that. Like people weren't selling the burgers like they were supposed to. Remember that one store selling fried chicken and
Yeah.
he was just fucking up. But because he had all that set up already, he had the opportunity to make it better. I think that's a lot of the things is like for me is like I almost want to get another shop
Yeah.
just so that I can try to make it better. But can you imagine?
Like a second shop or a
A second
different one?
shop, a second shop, and can so let's say this shop, our shop's not being managed very well.
Yeah.
It's not being managed very well. If I got a second shop, that wouldn't be managed very well. But let's say it's gonna take me 3 to 4 years to finally get it down. Why couldn't I have done that with two shops?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not like I will learn twice as fast. It would be like it's just time,
Yeah.
just experience. For me to mature in age and learn new things. Because that's how most businesses are. They have those few years where it's not done. We're only in our second year,
Yeah.
third year actually. We're coming out of third year
Third year. This is third
In the
2020,
shop?
23.
in the
Yeah.
shop. Yeah.
Dang, 3 years. It's insane. And one of them basically kind of didn't count.
And so when I think about it, it's just like this is like nothing. Like I just started.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine? Like, oh, how long you been in business? And people say, oh, like 20 years. Like, oh, well, that's a shit long time. Like,
Yeah.
you must got things going on. Like, just think about it. When you see a business and they're only a couple years old, like, what do you think? Like, that's nothing.
Yeah. Well, it's like when people tell you that they're 21, you're like, oh, you're a baby.
Yeah.
Like you've been an adult for 3 years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Basically. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good way to look at it.
That's very true. Yeah. So if I feel like, man, I want to get, like, I was telling Jacob, he lives on the other side of town in City, and I was like, what if you just got a shop and you guys stayed over there?
Yeah, that would be the top tier shop. Me and Jacob.
And not even like a shop, just like a
gang.
place to park the vans and
Yeah.
do details every so often.
Yeah,
over
we
there.
talked about that like probably a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
I just feel like it'd be like the McDonald's idea where he was just opening franchises left and right, and they're all falling apart. And then all of a sudden, he figured it out.
Yeah.
But when he
everything fell
but
into place.
when he figured it out for 10, 20 places,
Yeah, not just the one.
just the one. Yeah. So his growth went exponential. If he would just stayed at one and figured it out, then cool, he figured out one spot. Now it's time to open another shop,
Yeah.
and at that time might be a little bit harder.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. But for other detailers, I would not recommend a shop. I just wouldn't until you. The idea of like, I talk to everybody about this. Like, oh, if I have a shop, I'll get busier. I can have people come to my shop and detail. And it's just like, it actually doesn't really work that way. Every detailer I know who's ever kind of like gotten a shop, you don't just magically get busier because you have a shop.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. You just have more rent. You just have more expenses.
Yeah, more expenses.
That's about it. You have a place to park your vehicle if you're mobile. Or if you're not mobile, you only have a shop. It takes a long time to build that reputation. We've been around 7 years, right? Almost 7 years. We've had the shop 2 years. We barely have people coming every so often here.
Yeah.
We've been here for a while, and people still don't know we're here. Can you imagine you
Yeah.
starting your business?
For 3
No,
years, two years basically, and still people are like, "Wait, you guys have a shop?" Yeah, it's hard, and it's not like a lack of marketing through like Instagram and social media or whatnot, because we definitely post the shop
Yeah.
very consistently. So it's like,
You think maybe it's like location could have something to do with it?
Location does play a huge role, but at the same time, I mean, shouldn't make too much of a
yeah,
difference.
I don't think it would make too much of a difference if we were like on the corner of like Sierra and Clovis. Like it's not gonna.
Well, for sure it would make some sort of a difference if you were on like a prime location.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Sierra and like
Yeah,
Sierra
like
and Clovis.
Herndon and Clovis. Like Herndon and Clovis, yeah, of course that would make
Yeah.
a huge difference. That's like the busy street, like it's popping. But I don't know. I feel like
But yeah, that's not gonna make or break a business for sure.
No, because I mean we know Bieber. He owned Sunlight.
Yeah.
And he had a drive-through car wash. He was a mobile detailer for years, right before even I started. Then he got an actual drive-through car wash at a gas station on Blackstone and Bullard. That's a prime location.
yeah,
That corner, that Argo.
Mm.
He was losing a ton of money.
yeah, but that might have hindered him too. That's a bad setup. Be like connected with
Yeah.
the gas station, because then people are like, oh, this is just like a drive-through car wash. It's not like a detail shop. But if we were to get that red spot over on the long time ago, that's like legit
Man.
ideal location. But
That's
What's
the
the
dream.
red spot?
Over on 168 in Herndon, the giant red building,
Oh shit.
which is like a car lot slash wrestling spot right now.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a wrestling spot?
I think they
yeah,
do like training for like
yeah, training.
kids.
Oh shit.
They used it a lot for cars. I think they share it with somebody.
Yeah.
But I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
that was like a spot when we first were looking for
But they want like 5 grand a
a shop.
month,
Yeah.
then like 5-year contract, and I was
Yeah.
like, there's no way. I'm not that big and busy. Like, I would need like a fucking like a really good manager.
Yeah, you would have had to like just pop straight into like PPF or something
Yeah,
to pull
exactly.
that.
We wouldn't be able to knock out details and things like that much. And then it was luckily I didn't do it. I wouldn't have been able to. I would not have been qualified for it. We got lucky with this spot. I don't think I would have qualified for any other spot. Here, what we have right now, was because the owner Jack was just like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna check your credit or anything. Just can I trust you?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, put down a deposit, and then we go month by month, no contracts, no nothing."
Yeah.
And I was telling you or somebody, I was like, it'll be really hard to leave this spot.
Yeah, it would.
Unless we own our next spot, we can almost never leave the spot.
Yeah. The rate that we're at, just
The
how
freedom.
big it is, the freedom. Like we
Yeah.
literally have like half the freaking parking lot.
We took half the parking lot.
Like just out of force kind of.
Out of force, like, hey, this is ours. You guys don't use it, so it's ours now. We took the handicap, we took that whole side over there,
Yeah.
and just one of those things. And he was just like, all right, fair enough, because this isn't a,
It's like
Like
a
a-
roundabout.
yeah,
Parking lot?
well, it's not like a regular business.
Yeah.
It's not like a storefront.
Yeah.
These
no,
are like
no.
warehouses.
Yeah.
And so not a lot of things are happening, so he just let us take over the front,
Yeah.
which is super nice. But I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's like this place was too nice and the opportunity's too great, and we got really, really lucky. And I would say the whole like if you search you will find a deal. We
Yeah.
were searching for years. I'll be every few days I would just check on Craigslist. Every few days I would check on like Netloop or whatever it is and just trying to find a spot. Even when we weren't ready, I'm just like, man, that'll be a good location, whatever it is. I'll send Rob like random places.
Yeah.
And then 2020, January, I found this spot. And this was like before I was going to leave the Colorado to go visit my wife's sister. And then I came back like February 1st, remember?
Yeah.
Put down the deposit. And I was like, let's do it. Got the key and we put so much into this place. It was crazy. It was so fun though. I feel like we could have done it. I would definitely change the setup. If this was stripped out empty, I would change the shop.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
I
would,
think we can make it a little better.
yeah, without a doubt.
But for coming in here completely bare to what it is now is really insane. Like the walls weren't even painted. Like so much was done.
Yeah. It was fun though. It was quite an adventure. We were pulling like 12-hour days. We'd get here at 7:30, and then we wouldn't leave till like 10 sometimes. Because you're like, we can work because we have a shop. It would
Yeah.
just work because we could. It's like, we have light, we have coverage. It's like, why not work?
Yeah.
And we
Love
did
would be
that.
like, "What are you doing today?" And I'm like, "Oh, I think I got a silver package." He's like, "What the hell?" And I'd be sitting here polishing all night, just like,
Yeah.
honestly, till like 2 in the morning sometimes, because I was like, "This is just amazing." I'm just chilling by myself. It was
Yeah.
just fun back then.
For our other detailers, I would highly recommend just working mobile as long as you can until you like have to. We didn't even have to get the shop. I just wanted it.
Yeah.
We could have went another year or two without a shop and just saved a bunch of money. You know? Like we were making so much money.
Yeah, that was when we were making money. It was cool.
Yeah, we were making money, which was great. Had less like expenses, things like that. Rent, insurance was down. It was only like 5 of us,
Yeah.
3 vans. We're just working on my garage. Just had chemicals on my garage, and that was it.
Yeah.
And nothing we needed more. We did polishes mobile. We did ceramic coating mobile.
Yeah.
We like it was just so much easier. And then I don't know. We should have saved more money. I'm talking like save like 100 grand.
Yeah.
Like even have 100 grand saved up. I would wait because you get the shop and you're putting like 30, 40 grand. So you just got rid of half your money. And then you don't know what's gonna happen. You're gonna grow your team. You're gonna lose money from the experience of like hiring people, firing people, you know, training, losing money, paying them to train them, and then they leave.
Yeah.
You're just gonna lose a lot, and you have to learn a lot, and that's gonna cost money. So what happens? I just didn't save enough money. Went through like everything, all of our. I had so much money saved up. Remember,
Yeah.
I had like 30 G's in Cash App, and I just invested in Bitcoin and Tesla.
Mm.
But I made money off of it.
Yeah.
And so
That's good.
before it dumped 6 months, 7, 8 months ago, we weren't making money, so I had to sell it all just to pay our bills and everything. That's what happened. So that was like my lesson, and just losses, and then yeah, we were just losing a ton of money. So I would recommend people just save a bunch of money, save 100 grand, 200 grand.
Yeah, save. You can easily do it if
And
you're a
that's-
single person.
But that's just really hard for the average person. If you're used to making 20, 30 grand a year,
Yeah.
to save 100 grand, preposterous. You're gonna spend that shit, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
It's like I can survive off $30,000, so I have an extra 30. If I make 60, I got 30 to spend. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
that type
you will
of
end
mentality,
up spending
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
and that's the hard thing. And I admit it. For the average person, I definitely feel like I'm the average person. Just getting that mindset, like, okay, I gotta save, things like that. And then there are people, you should enjoy your money. It's just so many noise. There's so much noise out there.
Yeah.
Enjoy your money, spend it, take time off, you deserved it. Or hey, keep working, save your money, look towards the future, invest, whatever. It's just so much noise and just there's
Every-
no perfect formula.
Yeah, nobody knows exactly what to listen to at what time. 'Cause
Yeah.
At certain stages of your life, you're going to be where you can spend money.
Yeah.
And there's other stages where you're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
That's what my wife is doing right now. Just spending shit. She's making money just spending all of it. Every dollar she makes, she just spends it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I remember you weren't making any money at all. Like, why can't you survive like that still?
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, I'm kind of okay because you just got to splurge and just get that out of your system.
Yeah.
So I got that out of my system, and now I just don't I really try not to buy shit anymore.
Yeah.
I just try not to buy, like, new tools like I was doing or whatever it may be. It's just like, all right, I can't even save. It's like, we just got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Like, there's not enough money to save right now, especially with the weather. It's definitely tough. I didn't think it was going to rain today. It said it wasn't going to rain today.
Yeah. That today was threw me for a loop too.
Yeah.
Coming in and the canopies were all jacked up and stuff, and just
I got scammed.
big time scam.
We're at the strap down, the canopy. I'm at the time down.
Yeah, so what happened to the canopy outside?
It just lifted and
Just lifted,
broke
yeah.
off, and I don't know. We're just gonna have to tie it down to the concrete blocks
Yeah.
because it shouldn't be able to lift. We should tie it like the poles. But other than that, I mean, oddly enough, this whole week we've been busier in shop than any other time when it wasn't raining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Which is good. Yeah, we had like gold packages with full details inside and out, clay bar, wax, a ton of interior details, and it was super nice, and that helped us a lot.
Yeah.
We've cleaned up and organized the shop. I mean, it was a
It looks
freaking
great.
mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is the best it's looked in a long time. Let's see how
The
long
back.
it lasts.
The back looks great.
The back. The front still looks the same actually.
The front is the same.
Yeah.
There's a lot of changes that need to be done.
I still think that it looks generally better
Yeah.
than it did, let's say, Monday.
Yeah.
At the front, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the back for sure is incredibly organized.
Yeah.
I put a poll up on Instagram to see if people would ask us questions for the podcast, and the only question that I've seen so far is if you could go back in time, where would you go? What would you do? I don't think there's a limit to it.
Like
In the business or in life?
I think just in life.
so, like I could just go to the 20s or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would never go anything beyond the 90s.
Yeah, I would go back to 1990 and watch Nickelodeon all day. The heck.
Yeah,
enough.
Easy.
the 90s was probably the best year ever. Everything
Yeah.
before that,
Yeah.
which is war. You read that, I know
Well,
you
the
saw
80s
the
were
Joe
cool.
Rogan thing that he posted about if you're born in 1900,
Yeah.
you've got your entire life was just war. World War One, World War Two, Vietnam War, Cold War, Cuban
Yeah.
Missile, like all of that.
Yeah, the 90s were kind of lit.
The 90s was the only time we weren't really in war.
Literally, they were literally lit
Yeah.
on fire.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
90s was the shiznit.
Yeah, I don't know. I would go. Fuck.
But am I the same age now, or do I go back to how old I was?
No, I would say you're the same age as you are now.
Oh,
Are
I
we-
would
are-
go back to the 90s 100%.
Are we just traveling or we're staying there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many limits.
Yeah, because if I'm going back to the 90s, dude, now, okay, the economy was way better then.
Yeah, everything was cheap.
Everything was
See,
cheap.
that's like the thing of like,
Gas was like
would you
$1.
go back to would you be given $10 million or go back to the age you were 5 with the same information you have now? You know what I mean? That's how I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I didn't ask the question, all right? I got asked the question.
Yeah, I would definitely go back to the 90s.
Oh man.
It'd be so lit. Like, honestly, because, yeah, the economy was good. There was really no, like, war.
Yeah.
I'm 31, dude. I would be freaking, like, cell phones
Balling.
barely worked. Like,
Yeah.
you could literally just escape and people couldn't get a hold of you. Like, I would be like, oh, dude, I'm going to go to the mountain. No
You
one
could
could
lie
call
to
me.
people. You could seriously like lie to people. And
Yeah,
it would
dude,
just
I'm
be
a black
like,
belt. You
"Oh."
can't look that up, dog. Where you going?
I,
Where you going, bro?
you know what's funny? I think the best year was our year between 2008 and 2012,
Yeah,
where we could have if that just generation, that 4 years, if we just all like, hey, let's just fucking get it. The economy was at a good time. It was after the crash.
yeah,
Cell phones were out. Internet was really good.
yeah.
You know, all these things were coming out, and it was just like I feel like that generation should have just dominated. We were in the Zanga, MySpace, Facebook phase, so we
Yeah.
experienced all that. We knew how to do it, and we just learned how to market and build a business.
But I
it-
think we were the gap the children, the gap ones, because like the ones before us, they were the ones building all that new shit. We were just taking advantage of using it, and then the next generation, 2 generations probably after us, were the ones that were like, we can really use this shit.
Yeah, that's
Because they saw all the progress from everybody else going through it.
yeah, our generation fucked up.
I think we just didn't have the knowledge or understanding of it all at the time.
See, that's the thing is like I have this.
Because there's no one who's like really our age. There might be like a couple that are popping on like influencers, social media. Like who really? Bradley Martin. He's the only one I can think of that's probably our age.
The pause.
They're even younger. Jake Paul's only like 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy
And
that to
Logan's
think
like
he's
20.
24.
Logan's like 20. You know, they're like fucking young kids.
That's true.
So like
It's
it's
YouTube.
yeah. So like the only one that I can think of off the top of my head is like I said, like Bradley Martin, who's like took advantage of it.
There's a lot. For sure there's a lot because there's a lot. But I would say like where we're at. Can't really say.
Yeah, Fousey
It's Fresno though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was just trying to go on dates on MySpace, bro.
MySpace.
Just trying to put girls up in that top 8, you know what I'm saying?
There wasn't even that much to do on MySpace, and we spent so much time on it.
You could
'Cause
do
it was
everything,
new.
dude. You could just talk to people, dude. I was messaging every girl that I found on Instagram, on MySpace. Literally just going, add, boom, what's up, how are you? Add, boom, what's up, how are you? It's like my whole life.
That's how
And then I would say something stupid, or my best friend Seth growing up, this dude was the worst at it. He would go on MySpace, type to like chicks that he like liked in school or whatever, and then if they were like, ew or whatever, he'd be like, oh, Robert took my MySpace. I'm sorry, I went to the bathroom. So the next day at school, I get to school and this girl's like, you're fucking weird. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, he's like, oh, I told her that you said this. And I'm like, you fucker. Just fucked up.
Oh, Seth.
So I would just get all these girls at Clovis High were just like, this guy's a creepy dude. But it was just my best friend messaging a bunch of chicks.
And he's getting married now.
No, what a guy.
Uh,
Yeah, I got to the point where he would like, I wouldn't even be there sometimes. He would just be like, oh, that girl doesn't like you no more. I'd be like, why? Like, oh, I said this, and this, and then I said you messaged her, and I was like, you bastard.
Why did they believe him? Was he just like
Because he was like
trustworthy guy?
he's like a trustworthy, good Christian
Oh.
kid, and I was like his dirtbag friend, you know. So
wow?
I was like smoking weed and chilling, and like it just made sense that he wouldn't say stuff like that. So
Damn, Two-Faced.
it was the shit. It made me laugh because I didn't care. I didn't like talk to these girls every day. You know?
Yeah, right.
They were just like random chicks I went to high school with.
You can hecka hear Lun's breath.
Yeah, it was so funny though.
Yeah,
Yeah, we used to do dumb shit.
yeah. How long has it been so far?
30 minutes.
Something like that, yeah.
Really?
Hasn't been that long.
Oh. I don't know what I was talking
It's
about.
only been about 30 minutes because the timers on the cameras just timed off, and I had to reset them. So it's only
Got it.
been about 35 minutes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
They had a timer.
Hmm?
I didn't know they had a timer.
Yeah, they automatically time out, and that's why I have to fill time sometimes on the podcast
Fair enough.
and do the little glitchy effect.
Yeah, just like zooming and shit.
Yeah.
Should we talk about anything else?
We can. I mean, we could talk about how the new year's going so far. We're day 8 in.
Oh, it's a
This is
good.
the first podcast of the year.
It is the first podcast.
Oh,
Oh man.
it's the first podcast.
First podcast.
Podcast.
Postacast, dude.
I don't know. The year been not okay. This is every January.
Yeah.
Every January's been the same, so I'm not like surprised or anything. I'm just like whatever. I'm so used to it. This
Yeah.
is my time to catch up on a bunch of things, clean up, organize, redo the vans, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Because when it gets busy, we don't do any of that shit.
Yeah. If it's busy and you didn't do any of that preparation, you kind of shut
Fall
yourself in
behind.
the foot a little bit.
However, I feel like most people don't stay as busy as we do,
Yeah.
and so they always have that time.
Which, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for us, man, we were working 7 days a week, 8-10 hours a day. The only time for me to work on the van was like from 6 or 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And you would see me just playing with stuff here and there, and
Yeah.
then something new would be in the van. I'm like, okay, cool. And yeah, that was about it. But we were fucking busy all the time, and it was great. It was fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of different. It takes some adjusting having so many employees and stuff or people working with you. Cause Lon was just making fun of me the other day 'cause I redid like the vans probably a month ago, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then like we just got in the vans and everything was falling apart. Yesterday when I got in the van, the air compressor was
Fell over.
completely on its side, and the generator was pushed out to the door. So when I opened the door, it just slid out almost, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, so I was like, dang, dude, this is a bummer.
Yeah, all that work for nothing. And then the pressure washer wasn't working, and
There's
so
like chemicals missing. It's just like I'm like, man, we
it's
just
been like 3 weeks since he like
changed-
touched it, and like Rob
changed
spent like
everything.
all day like working on it.
it's a bummer.
How long ago was that?
Like 3 weeks ago,
3 weeks ago.
3-4 weeks ago. Yeah, not that long. For sure, mid-December.
Ouch.
Because it was raining, and I was like, Rob's like, I'm gonna do the whole thing. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, and we've been cleaning the shop for a week and a half.
Yeah, about a week and a half. Yeah, and it's been nice.
Yeah.
I think that so far, I guess for me, the New Year's been, it's been weird personally, but for the shop itself, I feel like we've been kind of moving, kind of getting our groove of things, which is nice. Like going through the payments that we have to enter, cleaning up the shop,
A little back office work that
trying to
we
do,
fell
like,
behind on.
these training videos here and there throughout, and I think just we're slowly finding like a groove a bit.
Yeah.
And we just got to continue it, and especially with like the podcast. We've been kind of falling off for the couple weeks, and just being more consistent with everything would be nice.
Well, we did one. The last one that we did was after Christmas, but before New Year's, right?
Was it?
No, I think it was
think
after
so.
New Year's, 'cause we talked about it.
Oh yeah. So this is our second podcast of the year.
This is the second podcast
I
of the year?
think so. I think I'm not 100% sure.
I don't
It was
know.
the one we just did. Remember the sound was all bad?
Oh yeah. That was
Yeah,
like last week.
We just did it.
That was like on Tuesday or Monday or something really random.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why I don't remember it.
But yeah, it was on an off day because we haven't done it for so long because it was New Year's and Christmas and we just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we just start dialing down on, like the training videos 100%.
Yeah, we got a few of them done. They need like voiceovers, sort of, and I kind of wanted to put like bullet points in them, but the rough versions
Draft.
of them, yeah, the rough drafts of them are done, and they're on YouTube. So if anybody's listening to this and you want to watch those, you can still watch like the guy's process and everything. But it would be really cool to buckle down and get like a voiceover. In fact, we could like do it with the podcasting equipment even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should just 'cause it's like the thing of like we say these things that we're going to do and we just don't really do them. So it'd be nice to just like get like a schedule going of like, hey, Tuesday for 30 minutes we're doing voiceover.
Yeah.
And then you come prepared with like your side of the video, and then we kind of just go from there. And then plus we have to kind of watch the video with you 'cause you don't really know what you're looking for.
Right.
So we kind of have
Yeah,
to guide
so sometimes you
through.
guys have to be like, this definitely doesn't have to be this long.
Yeah.
Like, we're
Yeah.
already done talking about it.
I feel like for you it'd be really cool, or it might be very beneficial if I do most of the edits,
Yeah, and I just do the shooting.
the shooting, and then you help clean it up, 'cause you're really good at that.
As far as
I was like doing small edits, like the captions.
Oh,
and
yeah,
things-
yeah.
The
Yeah.
transitions, things like
Mhm.
I love your videos on that,
yeah.
but it takes forever because you're trying to edit in a way where you don't even know how the process works
Yeah.
yet, you know?
It really stood out when we were shooting that one time. I think it was just an exterior wash.
Mhm.
It was you and Jacob doing the wash.
Oh yeah, that quick sear.
Yeah.
And Lund was just like knew exactly what to get next because he knows the
I
process.
knew the next process.
Yeah.
I knew when you were gonna go over Jacob. I knew Jacob was gonna tuck under. I knew when the wheels were gonna foam.
Yeah.
I knew every step of the way.
For me, because I don't detail cars, I don't wash cars, and I've only been watching you guys for like a certain amount of months.
Hmm.
It was just like, okay, like what should I look at next? There's always a thinking process
Yeah.
with me first before I act. You know what I mean?
So for me, I've done so many trainings. I've trained so many of the guys and things like that. And so for me, I kind of know what is important next
Yeah.
for someone to learn how to do the wash, what to look for. And then watching that training video on the hood wrap, that's exactly how I learn. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what everybody else learns. You tell me what to do, but you got to tell me what they're doing and why they are doing it.
Yeah.
They're doing the teamwork. They're doing the stretch. They're doing the heat. It's because of this, this, and this. And then they're going to do the next step. Watch them do this next step. Boom, they did it. And it's just all of that is really like how the best training's done.
Yeah.
And that's how most videos are done.
Yeah. Most training. Yeah. If I watch a snowboard video or a golf video, they're like pointing like, look, his hips are turning this way. Look right here. He's preparing by shifting his arms and his weight. You know, so stuff like that. It's kind of the same thing as how these videos should kind
Yeah.
of come out.
And so for like mine was just really like
Because
I
there's
knew the
so
next
much
step.
crazy. Like, it sounds crazy to say that there's technique to washing a car, but there 100% is. And the way sometimes we move is a technique. Like, after London said or posted those, or we took those videos, he was like, "Hey, I noticed that when you close the door, you used your elbow or your hip. Like, I didn't use my hand to touch the door because it's already clean. So why would
Mhm.
I'm gonna use my like those little things are things that the guys need to know because sometimes they do like a full interior detail, and then
They
they're
have dressing on
dressing
their
all
hand
over
and
their
they
hands
close
and they're
the
closing the
doors.
door. So the outside of the car just has like little fingerprints all over it.
Yeah.
And we didn't do an exterior wash because the customer didn't want that, but they also didn't want us to get their car dirty.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
that's like poor management or poor customer service on our side.
Yeah, it's like getting an oil change and they make the interior all nasty because they're driving in it. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of you'd kind of be like, well, I'm not coming back here again. That was kind
Yeah.
of jacked
Yeah.
up.
And yeah, like little things like, oh, I noticed you every time we did the door jam or every time Jacob did the windows, he left the door open for Rob to do door jams.
Yeah,
Like those little things, like they don't really catch or think about
yeah,
because they don't think it's important. Like Rob and I, okay, so yeah, yesterday or the other day, we did a full wash in 20 minutes.
yeah. That was yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
And literally we are not moving faster. Like he was even like, yeah, I was just gonna go your speed because I was kind of going slow. And so, but like we weren't running.
Yeah, we
Like-
didn't talk. We didn't say a single word to each other. That truck took 35 minutes.
Yeah, and
Maybe.
that thing was just big, and we just got. I think
Yeah,
we were just
maybe-
touching
maybe
it
it
up
was
a lot.
less, yeah. I
I
just
think
spent
you were.
extra time.
Oh, you were touching up like
The
the
overspray.
overspray. Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, like we weren't working fast at all. It was just smooth. Like we don't stop moving.
Yeah.
The moment we stop moving, you lose momentum.
Yeah, you guys are very deliberate with your actions. Like you're
Mm.
not ever just like wasting time.
No.
I think one thing that would be kind of interesting is if so this is an idea for maybe our next podcast. What if you guys throughout this upcoming week filmed a couple of your washes, like just on stories, simple stuff, and we could put it up on TV because now we know how to airplay and shit like that. I was even thinking I could do it from my laptop, but we could have you guys do like a play-by-play commentary almost like this, but on your own washes. Because I
Yeah,
think,
we can do that.
yeah,
We can do that after this.
we could do that right after this if you guys have time today. Which I mean, it's raining.
We
Yeah,
have
we have
there's
plenty of
we have
time.
all the time in
Yeah.
the world. It's 10:30.
10:30. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's the thing is like that's kind of what the training video should be. It's just like a
Like a
play-by-play.
play-by-play.
Like, hey, this is what he's doing. Why is he doing that? Boom, this is why. Look how he's doing the wheel. It's not like he's not just going around it. He's actually going in each little groove. Like it should be simple to teach. And it's something that we tell like the guys, but I don't know. I think this year we got to be more stringent on like what we expect, and if they're not doing it, just be like, hey, apologize. You're gonna have to find another job type thing. And
Yeah.
that's just gonna be the way it's gonna have to be this year.
Mhm.
Because if you're not making us better, you're making us worse, and we need to get better this year. This year has to be the year.
Yeah, you're fired.
Yeah, basically, honestly, because it's kind of what's the point of trying to like give people chances? We did that this whole year of like we were super nice. You know, Lund says it all the time. He's just too nice, and like it's the truth. Like we've been too nice. Like, oh, I just he's kind of going through a hard time. That guy's really nice. But then when it's like on the flip side, they're just kind of like, oh, I'm not coming into work today. I don't feel like it. And it's like, oh, well, we were super nice to you the last.
When you decide to call out because you have personal things going on, and
Yeah, now you're just like, oh, I got too drunk last night. I can't come in. Or, oh, it's
Yeah.
like, I knew I had to have this day off, but I didn't tell you until right now.
yeah,
Like, I had a doctor's appointment, but when we made the schedule, I didn't tell you because I didn't tell you. It's kind of like, well, then you weren't really considerate of us. You were just kind of thinking about yourself, which is
Yeah.
kind of a bummer.
that's the hard part of just running the business. This is why I kind of wish would have stayed smaller. I think we could have done all the work with the same small team.
Yeah, and I think so too. And I think that we should try and focus on that a little bit this year. And, because Aaron, Jacob, and Noe can do jobs by themselves.
Hmm.
The added thing is just like,
They don't know how to manage the guys.
yeah, like it makes it sometimes, even Noe spoke about it, it makes them slower sometimes than the guys with
Yeah.
them. And I agree, sometimes when I do have a crappy tech, it does go slower. And like because I'm sitting there talking to them or having to explain things to them, or they just want to talk and
Do you guys ever do? I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry. Do you ever do like a probation period when you hire techs?
no, but this year we will, I think. I think
Yeah,
it's
maybe
gonna
like
be necessary. Like
Because any other job will give you like 30 days probation. Like, hey,
Yeah.
if you fuck up in these 30 days, you're out of here.
yeah, I think that we should start implementing a little bit more stringent rules on everything. Like even like the shop, like how we cleaned it all up. If it gets dirty again, like the vans did, I'll be upset.
Yeah.
It'll like kind of hurt my feelings because the amount of time that me and Jacob both spent in here moving things around.
Yeah, and there's no reason why it should really get that dirty, realistically. If everybody's doing their job, if everybody's putting
And it's
everything
not that
back.
busy here. They just don't manage it very well.
Yeah, they just like to just put. Oh, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna set it here. I'm done with this. I'm just gonna put it here. But
Yeah, I think it's
everything
just like,
has a home.
calling everybody out on it.
Yeah,
Keeping them responsible.
like yesterday, saw like just right here across the way, those little bins I put with like the seat covers and stuff.
Hmm.
The seat cover ones they were just thrown around. It's like you took a seat cover, but then you just like left it a mess.
Yeah.
It's kind of like wonky to me.
Yeah, some people are like that, and we just gotta be better on it. I mean, I was a terrible employee at 18, so
Yeah,
we just gotta be harder on them. That's about it.
yeah, I was a bad employee too. I worked at IHOP and a
Yeah.
gas station and at Japanese kitchen.
Yeah.
I think the only place I was ever a really bad employee was this factory that I worked at. And the only reason I say I was a bad employee was because I only worked there one night. And then I realized, oh, I don't fucking want to do factory work. And so I just never went back.
That's Rob at a freaking, was it Sears or something?
Yeah, I worked at Sears for a week and didn't go back.
Yeah.
Just walked out.
At the middle of lunch, like went to lunch and was like, I already have 2 other jobs. I don't need this job. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I was like trying to push myself to work 3 jobs at the time. I was like, this
Isn't
one's
worth
kind of
it.
the lower end. I don't want to do this one.
Fair enough. Cool. All right, let's end it then.
Yeah, we can wrap this up, do some training videos.
Hopefully our
After a
podcast
little
gets better.
hiatus.
Yeah, hopefully we come in with a plan
Yeah.
in the future.
Thank you guys for listening. If you're listening, bye.
Later.
Bye.